Heck, it's kind of funny. They get burning tires off, and I tell them, no, there's a crown bit tucked in there.
There's a lot in this world we don't agree on. I guarantee you, there's a lot of the Gold Rush
I got to embarrass you one up just at the end of this thing, just to make sure. But you got to talk me through this. I don't know where the hell your hand's going here.
Sit back there in the pits while you're working that car. Look up at the big screens.
You read my mind. Fans, we live in a land with freedom like no other.
Mark Elliott. And Parker Lazenby. Get ready. Lights, camera, action. Welcome to the premier broadcast home of Demolition Derby.
Hey, that ain't Parker Lazenby. That's Mr. Sam Williams tonight. I got the boss in the house, and we're not going to kick you out. You're in for the full swing of things. Sam, how's it going tonight?
Good, man. I don't know if you drew the short straw or what tonight, but you got stuck with me tonight, buddy. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm usually worried about us getting in trouble. I think I'm more worried now about being with you about getting in trouble, because I can just hear your kids now like, never let him on that long again.
I tell you what, man, when you let me on for the full hour, it is nothing but trouble, especially with tonight's guest, because, man, if there's a team that I love to harass, this has got to be one of my top. These guys are a blast, and I'm super excited for our announcement tonight, who our next team is, Mark.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it in your voice. It's episode 24. We've already rolled out our first 3 of our 12-team bracket. Sam, you know it ain't possible without the people behind the scenes. You got something queued up for Gray Area demo tonight.
Absolutely. Here you go, Ralph, baby. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Short and sweet, to the point, about like Ralph is anytime you have a conversation with him.
Unless he's frustrated with you. Then it gets a little bit longer. I'm just going to let you know that.
I don't know nothing about that. That's you. You're the promoter. They ain't frustrated with me. Well, Sam, man, we've rolled out, again, our first, second, and third team for the 2026 Gold Rush Nationals, South Dakota. And we're going to roll out team number 4 tonight. We brought in team SRDB out of Ohio. We brought in team Triple Threat out of Kentucky. And we brought in team NLR Whitaker Salvage out of all over the place. Illinois, out Wisconsin, I believe. Michigan. Yeah, they're decorated. And it's been exciting for us to do that in the moment in podcast. What kind of feedback have you gotten, positive or negative, from folks after seeing things like that?
You know, it's an interesting dynamic, and I think tonight's team is going to make it even more interesting, because there's 3 teams out there now that we've invited that you can look at it and go, well, they didn't earn their spot, or they this, or they that. And I'm telling you what, those first 3 teams have absolutely earned their spots in all kinds of different ways, winning the biggest shows in the country, competing on the highest levels. And for us to be able to bring them, yes, NLR Whitaker, they run a lot of our stuff, right? We get to see them quite a bit. But those other 2 teams, getting able to bring them to the Midwest and letting everybody see their cars. And honestly, I'm telling you what, seeing the NLR cars and them coming to Gold Rush is going to be so exciting, because, man, when they come to that big of a stage, they build a whole different level. And it's going to be a blast. And how good was Bobby? I mean, Bobby's interview was amazing. I mean, number one, for you to get him on a podcast and him actually agreeing to come on there when nobody else can hardly get him to do a 5-minute interview. And he shared his heart and his family and things. I've been around him most of my career, and him and his family, and didn't know half of that stuff. And so, Mark, just kudos for you and the WeCrash team getting him on. And I mean, it was an awesome interview to watch.
Well, here's the deal. Yes, it was. I agree, Sam. But here's the deal. when you say we picked, it's not like there was some board meeting and we looked at 100 teams and here's the deal, we could pick 2 more. There's some badass teams all over the country. These first 2 just happen to be in my backyard, and if they weren't interested, there could be others. And when you look at the pool of South Dakota already, whether people have won or lost, there ain't nobody there that ain't there to win and wreak havoc on arguably one of the best tracks in the country. That's why I'm so excited about the night, because the first 3 were fun. This one, I can feel it in your voice and in your stories and the sincerity and what it means to you to have our 4th team tonight, man. I don't think I'm wrong about that.
No, I agree with you completely. And, we invited Team Kansas, obviously 6-time Blizzard Bash champions, 2nd place at Bristol. I mean, obviously they have a resume that goes a mile long. And we said that 3 out of the 4 accepted our invitation. Team Kansas was the one that did not accept our invitation. Chad was super, super respectful about it. Clemens says they're all coming to Pecatonica. They want to chase Wheelman this year and do that. They just said, man, doing 2 team shows that close together. And Sam, Blizzard Bash, we've helped build Blizzard Bash. And there was 2 people that really helped me build Blizzard Bash. It was Chad Markley and Jimmy Johnson. When I had the idea to go to Topeka, Kansas, they're the 2 guys that I called and said, guys, you are local. I can't do it without you. And so Chad's been at that thing. Jimmy Johnson's been at that thing from the absolute roots of Blizzard Bash. And for him to stay loyal to Blizzard Bash, man, I couldn't support it enough. I completely agree. We could not do a show on an invitation deal without inviting them. And so super respectful both ways. But it was honestly a great conversation. They asked for a week to think about it, and they just said, man, we're gonna stick where we're at. And completely respect them for that.
Yeah, I love the memory that you have, because I don't have that memory. I love that you remember all those key things that has helped build the success you've been blessed enough to be a part of. And you always give credit where credit's due. But here's the deal. I was excited about the idea of that. Fresh off Blizzard Bash. What an accomplishment for them.
Yeah.
How many times I've lost count. I knew it then. I've already forgot. But so many times, and it's like, oh, we're going to create this one-on-one bracket, and then now can you guys do it without the politics? I think that win probably meant more to them than any other one. I was excited in the moment about the idea of that. But what we've got in store for us today, and hearing the story and things I didn't know, that's what I love about this opportunity for me to do this, because I'm going to learn so much, and it's proving it now. I'm more excited about this now than I believe I was about if Chad and Brent and boys were coming. So I just about contain it. You got anything before we get them guests fired up?
Yeah, I mean, when we look at, I talked to Chris a ton about this, right? Okay, buddy, here's the 4 we're going to go after. If one of them turns us down, where do we go from there? Because there are so many great teams, and I can start rattling them off, right? I don't care if it is a Ciopas, Daryl Monroe, all those teams that won Blizzard Bash with us over the years, Team America of the old past, all that thing. But there was one team out there that accomplished stuff that nobody else in my memory, and again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but in my memory, I don't remember another team that has accomplished what these gentlemen have accomplished through the Blizzard Bash years and all the loyalty that they've given to Ultimate Derby. And I'm telling you, I want to ask one of the drivers on this team tonight, but they may go all the way back to our first show and haven't missed very many of them. And it's the quiet one in the back that doesn't think he's going to talk that I'm going to poke at a little bit. But it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I can't wait to chat with these guys. And I'm telling you what, I'll put these boys up against anybody in America. And there's a reason that they're going to be at Gold Rush, is because we will put them up against the best of the best here in just a couple months. And I guess 10 months, but we're a little ways away yet, but I'm so excited. I'm ready to roll now.
We're ready, and I'm underlining they, because what a special treat we've got tonight. We got the whole crew. We don't just have one. We don't have 2. We got the whole crew, and when you made that comment, the quiet one in the back, every one of them thought, oh, man, I hope you're talking about me. Sam, without further ado, man, fire it up. Let's see who we got tonight.
Here we go. Baddest of the bad. Let's roll.
Team Busch Light, Northwest Iowa, come on.
Let's welcome Team Busch Light.
Wow. We got the crew with us. On the left, we've got Kelly and Corey. We got Craig and Cheesy on the right. Fellas, welcome to episode number 24 of the WeCrash TV Derby podcast.
Thanks for having us.
You bet.
You bet, man. And why wouldn't he have a Busch Light? Yeah. Nah, man, that I just want to be up front with you guys. Watching that video just took me right back to my short experience with you guys. Sam has had so many more experiences with you, but my experiences live either watching pay-per-views over the years at Blizzard Bash or my being in person at South Dakota and seeing, man, this year was a rocking tough year for everybody, especially you guys. And seeing that, I watched that last hit where I seen sparks flying, I think, out of Hewings. You guys, there wasn't one good heat. You guys, every time you hit the track this year was an absolute bloodbath.
Oh, for sure. I'm still feeling it.
So what was great was, I mean, you take a look at the heat draws from 25. I mean, it was you guys would have had the hardest way of coming through, right? And so what was wild was seeing not only your first round, but then who dropped in right on top of you. I mean, it was super, super crazy. I mean, you had some of the best, and you guys are right there. And honestly, I believe that it's the reason that some of the guys didn't win was because of the damage you guys did to their cars. So you're in Gold Rush. You see that draw come down. What went through your mind of, man, there was different levels of teams, I would say, at Gold Rush this year. And we're not going to have that in 26, right? Everybody's going to be the top of the top. But what went through your mind when you guys seen that draw come down at 25?
Oh, every team's tough, so it really doesn't matter. But drawing Bernstein's and them guys out there, they run hard every time. So you just got to stay pace with them or try to pick it up more than they do.
Yep. So when you look at Gold Rush and compare it to some of the other, you guys run Blizzard Bash, you've done all the great things. And again, I want to talk about Blizzard Bash here just in a little bit. But when you take a look at the one thing that even on the teams that we invited said, guys, I'm telling you, you've never been hit in the mouth like Gold Rush. Gold Rush is just a different level of hitting. I even compare it back to the old days of Blizzard Bash. And is that because the way that cars are built, the set of rules, or is it just the environment that you go in that says it's either kill or be killed at this point?
That's exactly what it is, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
Everybody's there to put on a show and put the hammer down.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard hitting show out there. I mean, one being team on team, you can't sandbag. You got to go.
Yeah, because I mean, we've said it probably multiple podcasts since I've been helping. You can fix a car, but you can't fix a loss, and it's like hell or high water. Leave it all on the track. You guys are a prime example of that, man. You guys, what really impresses me about that level of Derby is watching you guys leave a heat with so much damage and watching what you bring back to the next heat and bring just as much, if not more, carnage, effort, whatever you want to label it. Like what happens off the track for Team Busch Light, because it just looks and feels like you guys got an army.
Well, it takes an army to get them repaired. Well, it's not very often you got a team of four that are all within 10 miles of each other either.
Yeah. So how many people, there's wives and kids and whatnot, but if you said, here comes Team Busch Light, are we talking are we talking 20 people from Iowa, or how many people actually roll out there?
Probably 20. It used to be more, but people get families, and so we lose a little bit of help there. But whoever does come, everybody puts in the effort as a driver, so we're just one big family.
Yeah, man, I see it like it's fun on the elevator, even going up to the room, because there'll be some little kid on there with a Busch Light shirt on. I'm like, oh yeah, man.
That's awesome. Craig, how long ago did you start running Ultimate Derby shows? I think you out of the bunch have run further back than anybody. What was the first show of Ultimate Derby you ran?
I think it was when you started qualifying side in Topeka.
Yep.
Easy had a team spot, and they were needing another guy.
Yep.
We talked me into doing it, but I think it was the first year you had the qualifying side is when I started running your shows.
Been broke ever since.
Yep.
Just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
You guys are broke as drivers. I'm broke as a promoter. It's great. We just all throw our money in a big pot and start a fight.
Now, Craig, was that the start of Team Busch Light, or was what team would you have been with then?
It was Cheesy and I and his dad Jamie and Brian Kunkel. Our first year there, I don't know, we ran black and yellow was our team colors, but it was after that we decided to come up with Team Busch Light just because we drank a lot of it.
Yeah.
We have to be good at something. We're good at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, if there's, I see it all over because I travel and work for a lot of different promoters, and I see it. People have Team Busch Light or just a car with Busch Light, but I'm telling you, you guys, I clicked on, I think, Cheesy, maybe it was yours, I don't know, but I was just clicking around to make sure I knew you guys, and I seen it look like there's a Busch Light dirt bike team or something. Is that somebody's kids that's got dirt bikes and Team Busch Light, or was I clicking on the wrong place?
Well, my kids race, but there's not really Busch Light affiliated with it.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like it. I was like, man, they got the whole motorsports on lockdown with Team Busch Light, the kids and all.
Maybe that's why they run so well. Maybe they should be running Busch Light. So let's talk Blizzard Bash a little bit. 2019, you guys go to the qualifying side. Of course, Bob got beat in the first round. We all know that. So you guys come out skinny your teeth. I got to run Blizzard Bash one time, and I had to draw the hardest team in the first round. I'm like, are you kidding me? That is not cool at all. I mean, chaos was there. It was a good time for qualifying. So you guys come out of qualifying, just look like champs coming through the qualifying side. I don't know of very many teams that have come through the qualifying side, and then obviously 2 years later, you guys are Blizzard Bash champions, and that is what we designed back in the day, the qualifying for. What were those years like that said, okay, hey, we're gonna jump in and run qualifying. Okay, now we qualified for the national. You know what? Screw it, we're gonna win that too in 2 years. I mean, that's a huge step in growth of, at that time, obviously the biggest show in the country.
We had a lot of hard years in between there, though. I mean, we'd go down and have bad luck, stuff would break. We just kept coming back fighting. I mean, every team there was there to win, you know.
Yeah.
We just kept, one year we'd have really bad luck, and the next year we'd have enough luck to keep us in. We're like, keep fighting, keep going back. And obviously, you can see that picture; it all paid off.
Yep.
Oh man, there ain't no better feeling than seeing that checkered flag drop. So I think that was Craig talking. So like, yeah, you fought through hard years to where you probably were like piss on it, and you guys kept coming. And
there's a lot of times we said we're done, and we keep coming back. Must have something wrong in my head. I don't know.
You pop the top again, and then it seems like a good idea again. So, go ahead, Sam.
I was just gonna say that is a huge accomplishment, guys. Being one of the only teams that have done that, and when you compare resumes of what you guys have done, not only in Northwest Iowa and over the years supported Ultimate Derby, but also won on the biggest stages and come the hard way through. It was never a gift. And I just want to say that's why you guys have been chosen by Ultimate Derby to be in that fourth spot of the best of the best. And I'm telling you what, those 12 teams, you know, the bracket's a little bit different. What's your guys' thought on the bracket now where you can take that first round loss and come all the way back and win the whole event? What's your guys' thought on that? A little bit more work to do it that way, but most of these teams aren't afraid of work.
Well, just if you lose that first round, you feel like your weekend's pretty much over. So at that point, we're just pretty much running for the crowd. So there's a little money you can win, but at what point is it worth going back out? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So having that chance to go get back in, you know, you try a little bit harder, I guess you could say.
Yep.
I don't know how you guys feel.
I agree. Yeah. I like the idea. Gotta, you know, if you do have bad luck in one heat and get beat, you still have a second shot, you know, as long as luck is on your side to keep going.
Yep. Because somebody will come from the backside and be in the semifinals. It's guaranteed. I mean, somebody will be in the semifinals from the backside. And that's the cool thing is there'll be somebody in the semifinals with a loss. And, I mean, they're guaranteed fourth place. So I like the fact that we're not spending all this money, all this time, and you have, you know, you take a look at EPR, 3 rear ends break in the first round. What are the odds? You know what I mean? That just doesn't happen. A wire falls off, this happens, that happens. And we know at any of these big shows, you get one car down, man, it changes the whole scope of the thing.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because it took the wind out of me as a fan watching or somebody with the WeCrash Derby crew just to know that, like, I think it was you, Cheesy, that just said, you know, you come there for one reason. And on day one, and you got a whole week ahead of you, that reason is out of reach. And it's like, fudge, man. I can't imagine as a driver talk about taking the life out of you.
Yeah, it's definitely sucks when you lose the first round and not have any chance to get back at it.
Yeah.
So we've seen
but it's still a lot of work if you lose the first round and get back to winning it that way too. So I don't know if you call it a good thing or not because it's just more work.
Either way, it's going to be fun, right? So
yeah.
you mentioned Jamie was on one of those early teams, and Jamie was just one of the backbones of this crew. And I tell you what, we haven't done videos and memorial stuff and a lot of things for a lot of people over the years. Yeah, I could count them on one hand probably. And one of our shows, we got to highlight Jamie's life. And I just want to say, you know, how much he's missed in this family and Busch Light. I mean, the Astros I took from him, but also the high fives I took from him were just amazing. And I tell you what, he kept us all honest, and it was great. And so, you know, I watched you guys run the last couple of years kind of in Jamie's memory. What's that like when you guys have those huge stickers on the hoods of your cars and just know that Jamie's there with you guys?
For me, it's tough because obviously me and Dad built cars together, and losing him was, you know, like, do I even want a Derby anymore?
Right.
But obviously he would kick my ass if I didn't go, so I just keep trucking along.
I was on the backside of a few of those ass kickers too. Don't worry, Cheesy. So you and I are
Cheesy, did your father, did he Derby when you were born, or did he start derbying after you were born?
I grew up, he was derbying, then he took a break. And then when we signed up for Blizzard Bash qualifying, and he's like, oh, I'll buy a few things. And then next thing you know, he has a mod set up, and here we go. Then he got smart and got out because he was the waste of money, but he loved spending my money, so it was easy.
just jump in one of your cars. That's great. No, I know he was close to you guys as a team. And did everybody else come up through a Derby family, or did everybody else? Are you guys first generation, second generation? How did everybody else come up?
I was in diapers when Burke was building out at my parents' house.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, my dad, he told me that he derbied when he was in high school, but he got out of it. I don't know. I was just hanging out with the right guys that, helping a few guys build cars years ago when I was in high school. And actually, the Neils, their older brother, he bought a car, and I helped him on that. And I thought, well, this sucks. I didn't get to drive it, so I bought my own after that, and been at it ever since.
Yeah, hooked once you drive it, man.
Now we're in 2026, so it's been 27 years I've been doing it.
Wow. So you guys are brothers, is that correct, Kelly and Corey? Yeah. Is your older brother, does he still derby?
No, he is one time and done.
Yeah.
He's starting up.
That's awesome. So did you guys, outside of your older brother, did anybody else in the family derby?
Our one other brother does a little bit, but us two are more into it than he is.
That's cool. So you guys
Mark,
started the trend.
Mark, think about this. Within, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, within an hour, you have the old black and white team, you have Busch Light, you have Team Octane, and you have Crazy Iowans. Am I forgetting anybody else?
WRP, some of them guys were around here.
Yep, WRP.
First.
Yep. All within an hour. Can you imagine what those county fairs were like? I mean,
Ooh.
when I watch a Jesse Rayovich come up, and I'm like, but I know you're only 17 years old and you're getting your tail kicked every night. I'm just telling you, you're going against some of the best. I mean, our county fairs back, whatever it was, guys, you'll remember better than I will, probably 7 or 8 years ago, they were insane because it was 4 Blizzard Bash teams come just to beat the crap out of each other at a county fair. It was
JYD in there also.
What's that?
Yeah, JYD in there also.
Yeah, JYD back in the day, absolutely. Yep. Yep. I mean, and it was this area of Northwest Iowa. I know that there's some awesome areas in the country. We look at Ohio, we look at all these. This little corner, I tell you what, I put up against anybody. And I know I'm biased because we used to do all the county fairs up there. But man, I tell you what, it's a pretty awesome area if you're a Derby fan and these county fairs you get to see. So kudos to you guys because man, you guys stuck with it and you won a lot of money and a lot of heartache over the years.
Lost a lot of money too.
Got my ass beat a lot back in the day.
What's that, Cheesy?
I took a lot of ass whoopings when I started out.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, it grooms some of the best teams. And I would love to know how many just Blizzard Bash wins are in that corner or even top threes. It's a lot between everybody that we just mentioned. It's a lot. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. And Cheesy, then there was not beginners classes,
No.
You went out and learned the hard way.
Yeah, when I was 15, I always remember this. I don't know why, but Booger was a big, always on the gas, hitting people, and he's rung my bell a few times, and I just will never forget growing up with some of the best drivers right in our area, close to home.
So we used to say, obviously you're not going to hit the doors because your cages weigh 9 million pounds, right? Booger didn't care. He'd bring that down. He'd get you in the doors because he's going to try to break the teeth first. And then if you still were able to drive the car, then the car could probably still continue. But he'd hit you in the door, in the passenger door at 100.
Yeah.
And if you heard Jared Hirschman coming across the track, you knew you were going to get hurt. It's just you just hope they weren't picking your number. Oh, Mike Worth was the same way. Mike Worth back in the day, man, he could just make those things scream. So Burke, are we going to stay in an old iron or are they going to convince you to go to an 03?
They wanted me to build an 03 last year. I bought it, had it laying there, and I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to build it. I don't know.
You're one of the holdouts, man. I love it. Just keep doing what you're doing, bud.
I've got a grove full of cars, and I don't know. If it was up to me, I'd still run an old iron, and we'll have to see what happens. That's
awesome. We're going to get all the teams on a call probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks and really talk about rule changes and all that kind of stuff. So what do you think adding, the Ohio, Kentucky, when we get into those rules meetings, do you think it'll be a different mindset, different builds? What do you guys think as far as bringing all these teams? Now we're basically clear from Utah to Kentucky, Southern Kentucky at this point. What do you guys think that that's going to do for the build style? Do you think that's an advantage running Ultimate Derby all these years? What do you guys think?
Well, just even losing the 8x8s, going from Blizzard Bash to Gold Rush. I mean, look at the cars that come out of Gold Rush, how bent shit gets, or,
Yep.
You didn't see that at Blizzard Bash last year we were there.
Yep, absolutely. And I think a lot of that is adapting. So
everybody, once you have a set of rules, everybody reads them. Shit's a little different, but we're pretty well all on the same playing field. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree.
So it's a lot of luck. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Who was the first one who built an 03 in your guys' crew?
What's that?
Who was the first one who built the 03 and 03 in your guys' crew?
Well, Cheesy tried.
I tried at Blizzard Bash a few times, and then
What did try look like?
fucking
The
junk.
front horns were 3.
Yeah, she swayed fucking hard.
Was that so? Wait.
It was fucking junk.
Was that self-inflicted or pure ass kicking?
Probably.
He's a cage hitter too.
Yeah. I've hit my own teammates. It don't matter. You're in the way, I guess. Just hold on.
I tell you what, you don't want to get
Craig,
the 90 so 3, that's for sure. That freaking hurt, I'm sure. You guys build some awesome cars across the team. That's what's awesome is from Cheesy's build to Easton's build to Burke's Old Irons, man. They're 4 great cars when they roll in, and it's impressive to watch.
Well, that's part of the dynamic of the team too, because Craig, said, everybody's jerking his chain about running something that if he likes running old iron, he probably stronger in that old iron, whether the old iron's stronger or not. Him as a driver and a teammate and a contributor to that team being in what he's comfortable in. Zach Eaton from Triple Threat mentioned the same thing, that's what he liked to run. And I truly believe when you get comfortable in that seat, whether it's just your kind of car or you've already ran a few times that week, I feel like you're in a groove and you're dangerous.
Yeah, I came off of, when Jamie asked me to be on the team, I started with Old Iron, and 2 years ago at Gold Rush was my first 03, and I don't know, you can drive straight for a long time, and it don't care.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the Parker that's usually in here. I mean, that's all he cares to run. I've never personally drove one. I'm still in the 98 to 02 phase or a old iron. But Kelly, when did not the kind of jump, but it just made me think because he said Mike Worth. When did you join? Like, because I seen in that picture was Mike Worth, but now you're in there. How long have you been with Team Busch Light?
This would be my 3rd year. So when we went to Gold Rush was my 1st year with this
nice.
team, officially on this team.
That's cool. And that's pretty good place to start.
Yeah, I mean, our 1st year we had a lot of bad luck, and then last year or 2 years ago we did fairly well, and then last year was just a butt whooping, but we held our own as much as we could. I mean, we dropped the car. Corey blew his motor up against Chaos, and then we went against EPR, and man, we just got smoked.
That was a ride.
But I mean,
Yeah,
you got to go out there and at least fight.
you guys did. That's why I'm saying I'm. If I say it, I'm sincere. I sincerely believe it. You guys did. You left everything you had that you brought from Iowa on the table last year. And I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, we got a lot of junk sitting in the shed yet. I mean, we got back, we unloaded, and we walked away from it and haven't been back to the shop.
So you guys get the call. Said you're going to be the 12th team coming in. Free hotel rooms, free tent, no entry fee, and we're running for $100,000. What's your guys' thoughts on where Gold Rush is and where it can go, and even how we can get better?
Well, $100,000's a good start, especially if you start seeing all these other shows that are willing to put that up.
The $100,000 is pretty cool, but where it should go is if you win around, you should get, make a little money there, a little kickback somewhere.
Agreed.
Yeah, kind of get a pay per round if you win. Nothing crazy, but just something.
Like, thanks for coming.
Here's $1,000. You get $250. Just kidding.
Yeah, at least buy us some beer or something.
Right, exactly. Hey, I got your hotel rooms at least this time, Chief.
Well, there better be a case of beer on my bed or something.
That's right, exactly. He said, "In the UD jacket, I want a case of Busch Light."
And that's super nice that you pay for the rooms and offer them tents and stuff. I haven't seen too many other promoters doing that. I mean, and of course we've been there 3 years now, and them tents are super nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
the tents are a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we ended up in the qualifying side, I think we probably would have talked to Sam and said, "Hey, we're willing to pay for the money. You're going to have that company here. We'll just pay them to put up a tent for us, whether we're in a different parking lot." I mean, it'd be bad, or it would suck to go back to pitting in an open parking lot. I mean,
yeah. And what's really cool about it, and this is something that we're looking at, is how do we even publicize that little community that we have in that parking lot? Because when we get all those tents up, it's its own little city. You have, hey, whose tent am I going to go party in tonight, and whose tent am I going to go take my butt chewing in tonight? But it's cool when you see. I love looking up from the hotel, going, "Oh, Busch Light's still up. Oh, Octane's in bed. This one's still up." And you know that the three tents around them all congregated to Busch Light or to wherever, because you can see the lights and the heaters are still going. And it's a pretty cool deal. And we're going to keep growing the party in the vending hall as well at nighttime. I think that was a hit this year for the few times we did it. And Urena goes, "Okay, now we know what you're trying to do. We'll put on a big party in here. We'll get the lights and all the fun stuff and more bartenders." So I think it's just going to continue to grow.
yeah,
Go ahead, Craig.
I said it's always a great time, and luckily we were one of Sam's 4 picks for this year, because we left Rapid last year. We weren't in the top 8, and even my wife for sure, and some of the other ones that go with us, they're like, "Man, what are we doing next year? We're not in it." And I said, "Well, I guess we're just gonna have to go out and party and watch." Done all 4.
Did all 4.
Too soon, boys.
Check.
Still too soon.
Well, man, I want you guys to know, like, and I'm pretty sure I can share stuff like this, is I can remember being in that pay-per-view booth, which I'd always did the announcing there, and then they put me in that pay-per-view booth last year. I can remember when you guys lost. There was a disappointment within that WeCrash TV team, not just because you guys lost and they were disappointed for you, because the thought of like, oh shit, like as if like they didn't want you to lose your way out of the bracket or something. So like the excitement that they've had in the idea, I don't know how much you guys listened before we brought you on, but like, hell yeah, I was excited when he was talking about after Team Kansas got that big win. But whenever he told me about you guys and why he believed like this is it, this is the choice, because we're all adults. Any promoter makes a choice like that, they got people bitching and making up stories that aren't true and talking shit about you guys or Sam, or people are standing in line to bitch. They don't need reasons to bitch. So when you do something bold like that, like adding 4 teams to an already 8-team bracket, you're going to take some crap. So like, have you guys taken any shit from anybody? Like, oh, how'd you guys get picked?
Not that I've heard any. I mean,
that's good. That's the respect you guys got.
It'll be on the internet tonight.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No problem with us. Come have a beer, and maybe they'll figure out why we're fun people to be around.
I like that. And that tells me I'm invited to stop by that tent right there.
Anytime. Go to the cooler. There's beer in there.
And that's one thing we talked about. I talked to Mark a little bit about. And said if it was just offering 25 performance, just looking at 2025, we would have pulled up Bet Brothers. We would have pulled up one of those in the 9th place or whatever. But when you look at a resume over 15 years, who is the team that can be there at the end? That's why it was an obvious choice for us. It's just loyalty and performance and everything you guys have done. is why you guys were chosen. It had nothing to do with 2025. Yeah, you guys have been there for us. 24, you did great. 25, you did well. I mean, you're always there. But man, look at what your guys' resume and what this team has done over the years. And like I said, I don't know of another team that's done it. And so, I mean, it's super, super impressive. And there's a lot of reasons that we chose you guys. Obviously, we've talked about them today, but we're going to take the heat over it. We're going to take whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't give a crap. Come drink a beer with all of us. Come watch Gold Rush 26, and you're going to see why we picked them. And I honestly believe that. So no pressure, boys. But I'm just telling you, we're super excited to have you guys. So
yeah,
I don't think
go ahead.
I don't think there's much pressure because I kind of feel like we're always the underdog anyways.
Yep.
So, I mean, we just go out and do our thing.
Exactly. And you do it. And that's what's exciting.
So you feel like you're the underdog. I mean, I don't always think like, I know that when you guys pull on the track, shit's getting tore up and somebody's going to lose, and it might not be you guys.
Yeah. We love fun and we love winning, but winning's tough.
Yeah, it is. Now, do you guys, like family-wise, wives or, family of that 20 to 30 people that travel from Iowa with you, like what a big part do they play in all of it aside from just helping on cars?
Well, I'd be retired right now if my wife would let me, so that's where I'm at.
She loves you doing it.
She won't let me sell anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, awesome. Do that. I'm like, this isn't fair.
Yeah, like that's why you drink.
And that's why they're Busch Light.
What about the other guys?
These all play a big part, especially that week of Blizzard Bash. It don't matter who it is. They're always cooking or making sure we got food to eat, water, pop, beer especially. Or, they play a big part that week of the Derby.
Yeah. And those people never get the credit because everybody's busy. So it's not like they don't do it just so they can get a pat on the back. They do it because that's what it takes to get you guys to the track every day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, nobody really ever bitches at us for yelling at them because we're all pissed off down in the pits. So
they take a lot of shit.
They do. And the guys that come and help, they're
hammering beers for sure. You see it the next morning.
Guys, we have the help. They're all, you can tell them what to do and you don't have to worry about it. So that's one of the nice things.
Yeah. Because some of that stuff can get pretty tricky, especially dangerous, when you're fixing a car and somebody's working on something up under the fender, but somebody's pulling out a frame well with a chain, and that stuff can get dangerous.
Yeah, that's the stuff you don't think about until you're done. You're like, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
We made it through it.
Now, do you guys any of you got kids old enough that actually do it now or are pounding on you to do it soon?
I do. My oldest is Derby County Fairs, 3 or 4 years.
Oh, nice.
I had my youngest, which is 14. He was in a youth car at one of Rob Baker's shows. So my middle son, he's more into hunting and fishing, but he did run one show last year with a pre-ran car ahead. So yeah,
that's awesome. 3 of them. That's almost a team.
Almost. Best part is the oldest one's, he's working road construction. He's buying his own cars and got his own equipment. So it's not all out of my pocketbook.
That's so cool, man, to carry on that. And, just if one day you're just helping them, you don't know what that looks like, but that's so cool. What about the rest of you? Do the rest of you have any kids that have any interest in it?
Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the most expensive Power Wheels out there, probably.
They pass inspection though, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. They haven't been on the hoist yet, so.
Speaking of the hoist, I was thinking when Craig was talking about his son, Chris just had to buy his own first motor. He's been running the motors that we've bought over the years, and he just had to buy his first one. He said, "Holy crap, that was expensive." I said, "You think?" So it's kind of fun when they grow up and have to buy their own stuff.
Yeah, parts aren't cheap anymore.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not cheap. And I want to tell a wife story, and I don't know if you guys know or not, but one of the first people I seen coming out of that Gold Rush round, where you guys were basically eliminated for 2026, Craig's wife caught me and told me, I mean, it was just awesome to hear her talk about the passion and what they've done for this sport and what they've given up even as a family, and just talking through about how much it meant to the family, and man, how they want to keep running for Ultimate Derby and at Gold Rush. And you could just see the passion in her face, and she's not even a driver. And I tell you what, it's those things that just mean a ton to Ultimate Derby and to you guys. And it's just a testament to your guys' families are just awesome. And we respect you guys as a team and as families. So tell your wives thank you for everything and all the sacrifices they make. And every conversation we have, even if we're on the blunt end of it sometimes, it is all heard, and we appreciate them taking the time to come talk to us. So it was good stuff. Craig, it was, and I don't even know if you were standing there, Craig, or not, but she was definitely talking about just, I mean, how much it meant to run and everything. So it was pretty cool to hear, because not always do we get to hear from the families. So, cool story from us, at least. And no, Craig, she didn't threaten to beat my ass. So, I mean, that was okay.
I can't complain. I mean, about like Cheesy's wife, if I try and sell something, she's like, "What are you doing that for?" Tell me to delete it off Facebook, or I just, yeah. She don't want me to get rid of any of it either,
That's great. That's great.
How about your guys?
They don't know what we spend.
Oh no, we better cut that part out.
That's great. Well, Mark, what do you think of my fourth team?
Dude, I can feel the energy. I just, not knowing these guys any more than I do, I'm definitely curious to learn more and see more, because like I don't get around a lot, or maybe I'm in a tent helping somebody that I already do know, but I don't get out a lot just looking for people that I don't know that well. So now that I've met you guys, man, that'd be one of my goals this year, is to stop by and check you guys out. I'm always willing to lend a hand, to the point where I never know if I'm going to get myself in trouble. Like the promoter's going to be like, "Well, this is a conflict of interest here. We got our announcer or whatever in there welding on somebody's car," and nobody's fired me for it yet, but I always wonder, like, am I going too far here?
Now, if that weld breaks, I don't want them to blame it on the announcer, but
at least we have something to blame.
Everybody will always take free help, right?
The only way that weld's breaking, if they give me too many of them Busches.
Then it's their fault. Well, guys, we sure appreciate you guys coming on. Is there anything else you guys want to add? Anybody you want to thank or anything like that?
It's all the guys that help us, and definitely next year's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be fun.
I love that. You guys better get them cars out of the shed and get them tore down so you can start fresh for this year.
Maybe you should get us some rules, Sam, so we could.
We're working on it.
Yeah. What else do we need to bust Sam's balls about besides that? What else do we need to get out of him here?
I'm not doing these long ones anymore. I'm great with the first 10 minutes, and I'm getting out of the way, man. No, we got to get Chris off that crazy Cornhusker Chaos car he's working on and get to do his job.
That's what it is.
That's what he has you for.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, you work for him now.
Yeah, I pretty much do work for the kids. I don't know what the hell happened. Let's bring this company back.
You
Dad.
did this wrong.
Doing a great job. No. Good stuff, guys. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you, and we'll see you. We'll see you around the summer track this summer and up in Ottawa, and then can't wait to party with the guys at Gold Rush.
Well, thank you for
Yeah,
choosing
nice.
us. Picking us again.
It was an easy choice. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. It's great to meet you too.
Yep.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, you bet. Sam, my hat's off to you, man. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You said they were quiet.
They did good. I was proud of them. They did good. It was fun, and it's a group of guys that I encourage you to go over and hang out at their tent afterwards, because you want to talk about passion. They're passionate in the builds, they're passionate in the fixes, and they are just 100 miles an hour for the whole week. And I love it. I've been on a questionable call. I've been on the bad side of that passion. I've been on the good side of it. And I'm telling you what, I would take them up against anybody. And I'm excited to see what happens, because I've seen them on the weeks that everything clicks right, and they are hard to beat. They are the team to beat in the barn. And I'm hoping that, Gold Rush 26, 27, those are their years that everything clicks right. You take a look at an EPR. Horrible first round, right? Just break, and then they got on that streak of just everything went right after that. And these guys are the same way. When they get clicking, it's fun to watch them when they get flowing on the track together and they start really and you can tell that the nights that they're off a little bit, blowing up a motor right away or something just throws off the game a little bit, like every team. But man, when they start clicking and they start flowing and reading each other's minds on the shots and following each other in, they're tough to beat.
Well, this is my thought for why nobody in the country would be happy to see that that's the team they drew, because one of them said it, but especially now that most team shows have went down to running it all the way down to the end, like we started Gold Rush at one-on-one all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
They are street fighters. They will punch you in the mouth just as fast as you can get your hand on your holster, and they can take a punch, and they don't cheesy set it. We want to win, but I like in road rage. My wife has road rage. I do not have road rage, but I make little comments like, I'm not the guy to be pressing. I'll junk this brand new truck. I hope that never happens. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel they are. Like, we got a lot of time in this trip. We're here to win. We're not here to tear our cars up the first round. But if you think for one split second that we won't junk every one of these cars in 10 minutes, you're mistaken. And I think that's why anytime somebody in EPR, of all people, EPR, they ain't afraid to fist fight. I can promise you, because those are my good friends. I can promise you, when they drew Busch Light, they were like, fudge, because they know it's going to be a fight. So that's what Busch Light brings to the table, and that is a compliment to any bracket at this level. And I am so happy and so thankful that you went to that 12-team bracket, because I'm a story guy, and maybe somebody doesn't lose the first day and come back and win it. The chances are less for that than they are real, but it's possible. And people like that will kill themselves in the pits to make that happen.
Absolutely. And the one thing I want to get across in this episode is there is no disrespect to anybody else that we didn't choose. Whether that's
absolutely not
brothers who got 9th place, that makes. If one of the 8 drops out, that is the team we bring up, right? Bent Brothers is coming up if one of the 8 drops out. But when we chose those 4, it was not based on 25. And I can't stress that enough. That that's what Chris said. Chris goes, Dad, some of the winningest teams out there, that's what we looked at. We didn't look at 1 year in a box and say, okay, based on this funnel, this is who we're choosing. Because in that criteria, they wouldn't have made it. But when we look at loyalty to Ultimate Derby and all that kind of stuff, and Tom Russell and Bent Brothers and all those guys are so loyal to us. I don't want to downplay any of that. Levi and Tom and all their team and Mark and all those guys are just so loyal to us as well. But Busch Light has been there through county fairs. They've been there through everything we've done. and I've watched them battle with some of the best for 15 years, and that's why we chose them.
Well, to add to that, because you and I and everybody else, we can't help it sometimes when we don't know the story and we don't know the answer, we don't know the truth. We fill in some blanks. We're all guilty of it. When you and I first started having this conversation, we weren't even talking about from the South Dakota Gold Rush pool.
No.
So, like, it just happened that way, and I'm glad it did. If we never would have talked about bringing in a new team, who knows who the 4 would be? But I can guarantee you, people like Bent Brothers would have been there or part of the conversation. But it was like, let's shake this shit up.
Yep.
And I think even just bringing in 3 teams that, 2 that have never run there before, but even another one that have never ran the team show side of it, and then adding that, it's like icing on the cake. Busch Light. I love it, and I'm with you. I don't give a piss what anybody thinks about it. And for anybody that does think something about it, go to the source. Tell Sam Williams, tell Chris Williams, because if you're telling everybody but that, it don't mean nothing.
Yep.
So
I'll do that. That's what I respect about Tom Russell. He picked up the phone right away and just said, "Hey man, talk me through the criteria and how you did this." And we talked through it. He's like, "All right, I got it. Don't like it, but I got it." And it's that those are the conversations that I respect and go, "All right, man, you just gained another notch for me. That's good. I'm good."
And
so
a good group
it's
of people.
Yeah, good people. Hey, I want to give a huge shout out to anybody who is watching on YouTube tonight. YouTube channel is a new channel for us. So I got another little ad here, Mark, that I'm going to play for my new YouTube. I got all these buttons I like to push over here. It's kind of fun. So let's try a new one. Added this one tonight for all the YouTube people. So I guess there's a subscribe, like thing that we're all supposed to do. But tell you what, the YouTube channel is going to get big for us. So here we go.
He's out of control. I love it all, man. So you're having fun doing it and seeing your smile. I can get behind that, and I want to get just me and you on here in the future and kind of peel some layers of that onion back that people don't get to see. They get to see the promoter. They don't get to see the guy that I get to see. So I want to do that in the future. But man, we said it once. We got to say it again, because this does not happen without the help of some great people. Mr. Ralph Legis and Gray Area Demo Parts is our sponsor for WeCrash TV tonight. Love it, Sam.
Cool.
It's episode 24, my friend. Thank you for staying on for the full episode tonight. That was a great compliment to Busch Light, and I could feel your passion and your respect for them throughout the whole show. So thank you, my friend.
Absolutely.
All right, fans, WeCrash TV Derby Podcast, Mark Elliott here and Sam Williams signing out for episode number 24 with our 4th of 12 teams, Team Busch Light.